Hello and welcome to session 6. This is the final session of the CA GT3 Super Racing Championship. Live, coming at you from Australia, Mount Panorama. How are we doing out there, everyone? Are we doing good? Let's go, says Toasted in chat. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Let's get straight into it. Right, let me just close down the music. And we'll get straight into the action. For those of you who are new to CA Racing Championship, you've joined us at a great time because this is the final. We're racing Mount Panorama, and this really promises to be chaos. So let's get straight into it. Are we going to stream? And we're there! Yes! Excellent! Right. As ever, I'm Ben Leach on commentary. You can follow me on Twitter. I post occasionally. You never know. Like, just, give me a like. Give me a follow. If you want. Alright. So, we need to catch up because we missed streaming last round. Round 5. This time the scores have changed, and we've got basically a bunch of drivers in different places than they were last time. So if you're a frequent follower of the Racing Championship, then you'll be in for a bit of a surprise. Let me just bring up the scores as we go. We're actually just transitioning into qualifying, so we'll be able to rejoin on that. So let me just go into the driving. Okay, so on your screen you should be able to see the Drivers' Championship. Denislav Boleski is now leading the championship with a 9-point lead over second place man Muna Yilmaz. Muna has kind of held quite a good lead in the championship up until now, so with only 9 points in it, this round it's still all to play for. So for those of you who are new to the championship, it's 10 points for a race win, and we're going to have 2 races. So there is still plenty of time for Muna to claw back those points and win. So that's that. Pete Brophy, third place man, down in third place with 66. Probably doesn't have the legs now to win the championship, so it's between Boleski and Yilmaz now. Adam Fielding there in fourth with 59 points. That being said, third place is still all to play for, so it'll be interesting to see what happens as the race unfolds. Fifth place man Tim Heaton. They're sitting on 55 points with Stefan Kolyev hot on his heels, 49 points. General de Gaulle there on 45 in 7th. And then rounding out the top 8, it's Matt Perkins on 43 points. Then the next 8 racers, we've got Aoife Glover in 9th on 38 points. Pete Vernon there on in 10th on 36 points. Constable there in 11th on 35, with Refugio basically equaling them. They're both like joint 11th at the moment, which is pretty wild. Towers there in 13th. I think, can Towers, if Towers pulls out, no, he can't make it to 7th place. There's a running joke that Towers always comes in 7th place, so but I don't think he can make it this time. But if he drives the wheels off the car, he can gain a few places. Cavalcanti there, 14th, 21 points. Donchev 15th, 18 points. Tim Regal there in 16th, followed by Josh Payne, Georgi Balabanov, Manshahaya, Mostafa, Steeman, Costa, Pajam, and Shen rounding out the top 24. So let's get straight back to the action. Okay, right. So now we're in quali. We're qualifying for a fast lap. It's probably worth just mentioning, talking about this circuit for a bit actually, because it's a bit of a crazy one. As you can see, it's not very wide, but it's quite long. It's got these kind of big straights. So let me just bring up the map so you can see everyone's out on track at the moment trying to get their fast lap in. So from the start finish line going down, we go into turn 1, which is called Hell Corner. So we're off to a good start there. Then you go up the mountain straight, because this is Mount Panorama. You climb the mountain, then you come back down at the end. So mountain straight into Quarry Bend. That's where number 33 and 22 are going around at the moment. You then get into the cutting, Griffin's Mount, Reed Park, and Suleiman Park, which is where, again, 33 and that are still going. Let me just see if I can pick up on who is... yeah, it's Pete Brophy. So we'll go on board with Pete. So he's going round Suleiman Park at the moment, and he'll soon be heading into McPhillamy Park, which is the next set of corners, down to the skyline, the S's and the Dipper, this is what this is now. You can see at the top of the mountain a brilliant view off the top of there. But he's not got that much time to look, because he's going straight now into the Forest's Elbow, which is a really kind of long left-hander down into the Conrod Strait. And I heard Towers saying something along the lines earlier. The Conrod Strait is called the Conrod Strait because a Conrod burst out of a car here once. So that's it's quite intense. And yeah, this really long straight coming down off the top of the mountain into the Chase, which is this set of sweeping corners. And then round the end of the Chase, and then the final corner is called Murray's Corner. I don't know if it's named after Murray Walker or some other Murray, but yeah, good corner names. So, and then across the line. So yeah, this is going to be quite intense. We're going to see some absolutely crazy racing here for especially going into Hell Corner and up that first straight. We're going to see. Whoa, I mean, I don't want to predict carnage, but I think it's going to go that way, just because of how kind of slim this track is. So let's get back onto the times. There we go. So up to the helicopter we go. Let's take a look at who we've got. So we've got Pete Brophy currently sitting in third. Tim Heaton's just set the fastest lap, so he'll be starting on pole position if he maintains that speed for the next 5 minutes. But as we all know, anything can happen in the world of racing. So there's certainly some stuff that can go. Some other drivers who can put in faster times. So we've got Tim Heaton there leading from Kolyev, Brophy, Vernon, Regal, Mustafa, Fielding, Payne and Donchev, who have posted valid laps. Let's see if anyone else is on a fast lap at the moment that can potentially post. It doesn't look like anyone's. Maybe Glover here is on a lap that can dethrone some of these other drivers. We'll see as coming around the final corner, and it's 8th for Eva Glover. Great lap there. Let's see who else is coming around. I think Adam Fielding. He's just approaching the last couple of corners as well. So we'll see if he's got what it takes to improve on his time. Constable's posted in a time at 12th. He needs to get on the pace if he's going to get a better position than that. But yeah, there's still about 3.5 minutes of quali left. So still a lot to play for. I guess that the real trouble is that you really need to post a valid lap on a track like this. It's quite a long track. The lap times being 2 minutes long. So really, with only 3 minutes of qualifying left, they've only got a chance to really put in one fast lap. So they've got to really make it count. So everyone else looking to put in a fast lap better get their skates on. But it looks like Bolevsky, our championship leader, has not posted a lap yet. He's just in the pits chilling, doing his usual Bolevsky things. For those of you who don't know, Bolevsky is a really good driver, but don't tell him I said that. And so what he usually does is he usually starts behind everyone and overtakes everyone to win. So we'll see if he can manage that on Mount Panorama today, especially with the tight track. it's going to be a real challenge for him to really achieve that today. But we'll see. Second place man, Moona, starting down in 11th at the moment, trying to improve on the lap that he's posted just there. He'll need every advantage he can get to stay ahead of Bolesky, because Bolesky is a mean driver when it comes to well, when it comes to winning. He's just real good. He just wins. So let's see. I see you in chat. Alright, let's see. Oh no, Amuna has a bit of a slide there. It's going to be tough at the top. As other people have posted some pretty hot laps as well. You see Mustafa posting a lap there. Glover improving on the 9th place to go up to 7th. Constable improving to go up to 4th as well. That's a great lap for Constable. You may also notice that some of these cars are wearing similar liveries. So, for example, Constable, Towers, and Moona here are all in the same team. So there's also some team championships to play on as well. So we'll see if we can resolve those as well. I don't actually have the numbers for the constructors championship here, so we'll see. We'll see if we can get some numbers after the race from the man himself, Pete Brophy, who's actually posted the best lap of the session. So with 47 seconds left, it looks like Pete's going to be starting on pole for the Flappy Paddlers, which is looking pretty good. So how are we feeling, chat? How what are our predictions for who's going to win, who's going to crash, who's going to take home the championship this time? Total carnage. I hear you there. Alright, so has anyone else? It looks like... Yeah, so Donchev has posted a lap for 14th place. The prediction is that Brophy might win this one. I guess Brophy has said, he did say in the Discord earlier that he did quite like this track. So, and Towers has been raving about it all week. So we'll see how they get those guys do on this beast of a circuit. But yeah, it's looking quite good. Alright, so that's the end of our qualifying. So your grid for race 1 will be Brophy, Heaton, Kolyev, Constable, Regal, Vernon, Perkins, Glover, Refugio, and Towers rounding out the top 10. I didn't see that. He snuck in there. Snuck in with a cheeky little lap. Mr. Ian Towers. And then Fielding, Mustafa, Payne, Yilmaz, and Donchev filling out the top 15 with Stima, Bolesky, Balabanov, Manchahaya, SS, who I think is a new person who we haven't had racing with us before, so just joining for the final. And Costa, not qualifying, but you know, they'll start on the grid in their respective places. So we'll wait just for the qualifying to finish. There's just time for people to post final laps if they've got them, and then we shall see what it'll all be like when it comes to race 1. So let's check the circuit. There's Balabanov out on track. We'll check the circuit circuit weather. So it's looking pretty sunny out on track. The track temperature is optimum 23 as Balabanov clouts the 150 meter mark sign and finishes in the barrier. All right, we've got. Oh, and it's at night. Just to we've changed. We've changed the time of day. We qualified earlier in the day. It's now been 6 hours, and we're here. All right. This is going to be absolute carnage. I can tell. Let's. Oh yeah, I have to hit drive myself because obviously, you know, I'm the commentator. I need to drive as well. Right, so I'm going to put my camera on Constable. Maybe we'll go TV camera 1, or no, TV camera 2, or helicopter, or TV 1 seems to work. Yeah, so this will be a rolling start, so they'll come around the Murray Bend and over the start-finish line, and you know, we'll get this going. It's also worth mentioning that today's race is sponsored by Spice. Spice is nice. It's very spicy, and yeah, there's a friend of mine in the audience today who loves a bit of spice in his life. So this one goes out to him. He organised all this, made all the deals. So I just want to say thank you, Chris, for providing us with enough spice to keep us going in this race today. So yeah, spice is nice, and cheers. All right, let's get back into it. Let's see. Go, Mr. Towers, says chat. Awesome. Yeah. Well, we've got quite a lot of people in here today. It's pretty cool. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoy this this orchestrated carnage into turn 1 today. So yeah, we've got 55 seconds until we begin rolling. What will happen is we'll have a rolling start. They'll go around the first corner over the start-finish line, and the race will then begin. And from there, we will be racing. So Brophy to start on the front row of the grid with Tim Heaton. That's going to be a really good tight race into turn 1. As the lights come on the cars, we've got some illumination here that's going to really elevate this race to new heights. We've never actually had a night race before on CA Racing Championship, so we'll see how this rolls. All right, 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we will start the rolling start now. So the challenge here is everyone needs to stay in line, because if they don't stay in line, they get penalties, and we don't like penalties. Apologies if the FPS is taking a bit of a dive, but we'll see. And we go here at Mount Panorama. All right, let's see. Looks like Brophy gets away cleanly from, and then Constable gets away. Looks like everyone's getting in. Oh, someone's up into the barrier. Let's see. Who the hell was that? Oh man. Okay, so it looks like most people have gotten cleanly. It looks like Balabanov was off into the barrier there. There he is. He used the slip road. Unfortunate for him, but he'll be rejoining from the back of the pack. We've got some tight racing here as we head up the hill. Heaton on the back of Brophy. And Constable up behind him after beating Kolyev to the punch. Kolyev there losing a place down into 4th. Brophy there around the chicane. We got all these different cars, all these different characters, all vying for position. It's actually been really clean start. I'm amazed that everyone just hasn't completely stacked it into Hell Corner. So this is great. We're following Stiemann at the moment in the battle for 14th place as we come through this set corners. As you can see, the circuit is really tight, so it's going to be really important to leave space and also pick your battles really well. And it looks like, oh, someone's off. Who is it? It's, oh, Stiemann's off. Fielding's off. God. Oh, looks like, yeah, Fielding and Stiemann having a bit of a isolated incidents there. Now following Yilmaz, who's stuck into traffic here behind Towers and Refugio, as they all come racing down the hill. Pete Brophy still managing to lead it from Tim Heaton, although Tim's trying to make a move there. Giving it all the beans as they come into the final set of the corners round... what's this corner called again? The chase. Further down the field, Constable there. He's lost out there to Kolyev. Kolyev up into third. Constable there in fourth. Regal in fifth. Oh, but looks like... Oh, hang on. No, this is just my... this is just my UI being weird. It's all good. So, yeah, Constable still in fourth. Regal in fifth. Perkins there in sixth. Glover there stacked up behind Vernon. And 2 seconds down the road is Towers. Although, who's that that's just gone off? Oh, that was Towers. Towers is taking a very wide route to Hell Corner. As you can see, Bolevsky there has charged through the field to get up to 9th place. Yilmaz falling down the order a little bit into 14th. This doesn't look too good for his championship hopes. We've got Balabanov and Manshahaya, which have a DT next to their name, which I can only think means this is a drive-through penalty. So they're going to have to serve that. Moving back up the front, we've got Constable still battling to maintain 4th place with Regal. Brophy and Heaton still going at it through this through the S's here. And Glover now having to defend from Bolevsky as they come through the S's as well. So definitely action all around the circuit, no matter where you put it. So moving down into 13th, we've got Costa with Yilmaz pretty much stacked up behind him, trying to gain that position back and head back up the field towards the front. Fielding is in the pits, I think, to repair some damage, along with Steam and Refugio. So we've got 5 cars in the pits so far. As we go back to the front, Brophy and Heaton having this kind of really close battle, but Kolyev actually looks to be sitting in the back of the picture there, doing a real good job of staying on them. So moving back, it looks like actually Kolyev dropping back a bit now, and Constable now able to attack again as they go into Hell Corner. It looks like Constable might just get that place. Well, maybe not. Looks like Kolyev outbraked him there as they go back up the mountain. Perkins, though, taking a look at Regal and Constable, but not enough drive really there to really do much. All these cars within a second of each other as we go up into the helicopter to see that. Oh, that's Constable getting out of shape a little bit and hitting the wall. It looks like he managed to recover it, but Perkins has really taken advantage there, getting Regal and Constable in one slick move. So up into 4th place there for Perkins would be a great result for him and his championship hopes. So further down the field, Bolevsky coming up through. He's just gone past Vernon, and now we'll be looking at Regal. It looks like Stamen, Refugio and Balabanov still in the pits. Fielding's back out on the circuit. Costa is in the pits. So yeah, still quite a few cars in the pits there. Manchahaya's back out on circuit. Perkins actually having a bit of an incident there. Let's just go back 30 seconds. So there you go, Perkins in front of yeah, getting it all sideways and having a bit of a spin there. So unlucky there for Perkins. Was going great guns until then. And I didn't even have my camera on him, so you can't blame me for cursing him. So let's go back to the action. Pete Brophy defending against Heaton there. Still at the front as they come over the start-finish straight. Constable there. Now defending against Bolevsky. Although Bolevsky's got a good drive on him on the start-finish straight and will sail on by. To go to Hell Corner. Ooh, Tim Regal having a look as well. Bit of a late break there from Regal. as that came through. Here they are as they come up the straight. You've got Vernon, Perkins there, Glover in the back of the picture as well. Oh, Towers having a spin! That's really bad news for Ian Towers. As he gets... Well, that's Steeman unlapping himself. So Towers still staying in 10th place there. But looks like Yilmaz there is coming up through the field as well. Trying to make a good recovery drive. He's gotten past Donchev, Payne, Mustafa. I think Costa went into the pits, so he managed to get past Costa. This is Yilmaz here, but he seems to have some damage there on the front. I don't know where he picked that up, but yeah, kind of maybe he's been bashing into some walls or something, I'm not sure. But anyway, back at the front, we've got Brophy from Heaton. If we go off of the wing of Brophy, you can see Heaton there, just how close he is behind. As we come down this long straight, the Conrod straight now. See if Tim can make a move here. But this is a fast set of corners. Oh, he lunges. Is Heaton going to make it stick? Oh, he's on the grass. He does manage to make it stick, so Heaton up into first place. A bit of a scrappy move there, but, you know, whatever works. But no, Brophy's not going to take that lying down. He's going to come back at Heaton there, so we'll see if Brophy can make the moves to get back up there. Bolesky now up into third place. You can see him just appearing there. Wow, this is an incredible drive. So that's... as they start on the next lap and head back up that hill. Kolyev about 3 seconds off the back of Bolesky. Constable 3 seconds off the back of Kolyev. Then Vernon now having a go at Constable. Tim Regal battling there. You can see the front of Tim Regal's car has been a bit messed up. He's been and the back of his car as well. He's been having a bit of a bump. Aoife Glover there with a good move on Regal. But no, Regal closing the door. Moving further down the order, Mustafa is right on the back of Towers as they come up the hill. So is Mustafa going to make a move on Towers? Maybe Towers moves over. I think from that earlier spin, he might be suffering a little bit, so maybe not the best outing here for Towers. Meanwhile, Constable Vernon going tooth and nail. The gap was only 1 second just then, so some major braking actions going on there. Bolesky, though, up behind Brophy. Heaton has eked out a bit of a lead now, 1.5 seconds off the front of Brophy, so Bolesky going to try and have a little go at Brophy, see if he can get by. I think he's made it stick. Yep, there we go. So now the only thing really stopping Bolesky from that coveted first place is Tim Heaton. But it looks like we've got a disqualification in Balabanov. I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, it looks like yeah, the car doesn't look that beaten up. So maybe something's happened there. That has warranted race control to make those actions. But yeah, look, the top three now are Heaton, Bolesky and Brophy as they power up the hill again. And yeah, looking like a really close race here between these three. Aoife Glover there trying a move on Tim Regal again as they go up the hill. Not quite getting the drive out of the corner to make it stick though. And they're about 5 seconds down the road from Pete Vernon. Will this move stick? Yes, I think it will. So that's Glover up into 6th. Fantastic overtake there. Well, it looks like Constable has gone to the pits. I'm not sure why. Can we go back and take a quick look? No. Sometimes the replays work, and sometimes they don't. But in this case, they just haven't worked. So that's unfortunate. We didn't see what happened to Constable, but unfortunate for him. As Regal now coming back at Glover to try and regain that place. You can see that car twitching all over the place. The Scuderia Ferrari of Tim Regal. It looks like Towers also is in the pits now as well. Like lots of pitting actions here. This course being very, very unforgiving on anyone who's been unlucky enough to nudge the barriers there. And oh, Regal, they're crashing into the barrier twice. And oh no, that's no good for Tim Regal. It looks like he may have lost control there because it doesn't look like he's able to quite get back on the circuit. Seems to be steering left. Looks like contact with Vernon has ended Constable's race. Unfortunate there. As we get the relay through in chat, that's an unfortunate situation. Looks like Regal's back, but yeah, it was a bit touch and go there for a second. He might want to go into the pits and get that damage repaired. Moving up, Bolevsky has taken first place from Tim Heaton, so we didn't quite see the overtake, but I'm sure it was brilliant. So let's recount the top 10. We've got Bolevsky in first place, Heaton in second, Brophy, who's sliding around there in third place, followed by Kolyev in fourth. We've got Peter Vernon in fifth, Aoife Glover there in sixth, Matt Perkins in seventh, Fahim Mustafa coming around Hell Corner a bit dishevelled in eighth, and Regal into the pits to get that damage repaired in ninth. Looks like a bunch of people are in the pits again now. So Mancha Hire's in the pits, Regal's in the pits, Yilmaz has come into the pits to get that damage repaired too. Oh, the front of that car not looking too happy. Towers and Constable are back out of the pits. Fielding is racing along in 12th place. Towers in 13th. Constable in 14th. Not really that many instances of close racing in the field right now. It looks like Yilmaz will come in 10th, but also get back out in 10th as well, because his next... I mean, unless... I think Regal's damage is going to take a while to repair, so... Fielding 40 seconds away from really impacting on Yilmaz's race. So whether he gets out of the pits or not in time will be a question. Further down the field, let's see, well, further up the field, Brophy, Kolyev. Kolyev is now looking like he might start pulling onto the back of Brophy for a little bit of a challenge. But Vernon is also in the back of that shot as well. I'm not sure who that back marker is, but they're also running along there. We've got 2.5 minutes of this race left. This is race 1, and then we shall go into qualifying session 2, and then consequently into race 2, which will be the final race. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it looks like there's not too much action out on the track at the moment. Looks like Yilmaz getting that damage repaired still. Regal getting the damage repaired still. Fielding has managed to capitalise and has leapfrogged them both. Towers manages to leapfrog Yilmaz as well as Constable. So all of these three guys are on the same team. So none of them in the points at the moment. So they'll be wanting to try and claw their way back in the order. But it's going to be too late with only a minute and a bit left of the race. So we'll have to see how that translates into race 2. But it looks like, because we do a second... The way we do second qualifying is the top 5 drivers from the first race will not qualify. So as it stands, it looks like it's going to be Aoife on pole position with Perkins in second for race 2. Well, actually, no. They have to qualify. What am I talking about? I'm going mad here.
The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
Right, so Bolesky is now on the final lap. But what I was saying is that, yeah, the top 5 from this race don't get to qualify for the next race. They start at the back of the grid. The next, then everyone else has to post a time, and depending on what that time is, will be our grid for the next race. So that should be pretty good. All right. So it's Bolesky from Heaton, from Brophy, from Kolyev, who is, I think he's gaining on Brophy a little bit. Definitely looks a bit closer. Then we've got Vernon in the background there. Glover there. Perkins on... Perkins kind of like tailing Glover a little bit. With 1 lap of the race left. So we'll see how that battle pans out. Everyone else is kind of just drifting around. Fielding... let's see... It's kind of a lap behind everyone else. Although Towers is behind Fielding and has made it up to 10th place. So so this will be an interesting battle as well. Constable there in 11th. Wow, okay, Brophy. Whoa. Kolyev right on the back of Brophy now in this final lap. Bolesky still a few corners left to go before he finishes the race. So we'll see this top part of the circuit whether Kolyev can actually mount a comeback to take that 3rd place. Brophy's being all defensive. See if those that defense can pay off as we come down the hill. So it looks like your winner for race 1 is Denislav Bolesky. And it looks like 2nd place man will be Tim Heaton. The gap 15 seconds by the end of the race, which is pretty damn impressive. So that's Tim Heaton in 2nd. It looks like Brophy will take home 3rd place, with Kolyev a very well driven 4th. Pete Vernon there bringing it home in 5th. And then this battle for 6th place, Aoife Glover and Matt Perkins. With Aoife bringing it home in 6th, Matt in 7th. You see the front of that car's a bit messed up, but he manages to bring it home. Mustafa battling there with Payne, who's a back marker, so he'll get out of the way. Payne getting really out of shape there. Mustafa bringing it home in 8th. Fielding bringing it home in 9th. Towers in 10th. Constable in 11th. And I guess the rest of the standings will be as it stands right now. Refugio in 12th, Donchev in 13th, Yilmaz in 14th, which is dashed his championship hopes, I'm afraid. Payne in 15th, and SS in 16th. Steeman in 17th, Regal in 18th, Manchahaya in 19th, Kevin Costa in 20th, and Balabanov disqualified. Oh. Although Regal does have a 60-second penalty, which I don't think will affect his position. I don't think. Well, 18th, you won't win points in 18th, but yeah, that's that. So yes, a very, very well fought race 1. Substantially less casualties than I thought there would be. So that's good. We will now go into quali 2 and then into race 2. So yeah, wow.
Wow.
What a race. So yeah, we will now go into quali 2. So this, I think, with all of these points, Bolesky might have the championship. So he is your championship winner, I believe, if my maths is correct. So So a big round of applause to Denislav Bileski for winning the championship. But it's all still to play for, I believe. I think that does relegate Muna to second place, because I don't think anyone can touch him. But third place is still very much up for grabs. So, yeah, there's definitely some driving left to do. All right, we get to read the driver chat now on the side here. So. Pete Vernon, yeah, I took Aoife there on the outside, braking into the left-hander. Should have tried it on, but he stayed wide and I chanced it. My bad. Perkins says, yeah, shame I hit into the back of that collision there. There was nowhere for me to go. Marina says, blue flag means let the car behind you pass and don't ram him. Tower says, I managed to pit stop, fix damage, and still made 10th. Just Bathurst things. Great racing. Alright, so we'll go into qualifying 2 now, where everyone will have their chance at scoring a fast lap, apart from the people who finished in the top 5. And we'll see where we stand for race 2. I've also got to hit drive again because, you know, can't just race ACC things. So let's go and see some driving out around the circuit. So let's go on board with Adam as we head up the hill into the first corner, well, second corner. So you can see really the elevation on this circuit and the camber of the corners is really detrimental to the car's handling. A lot of these corners very tight, very blind, and also with ridiculous angles to them. So it's definitely a lot of takes a lot of skill to kind of negotiate and navigate all of these corners and make sure you don't crash into the barriers. Also, the tightness of the circuit in general really contributes to this the difficulty of this drive. You can see what the drivers have been having to deal with this entire time, and yeah, it's pretty tricky. Nice view from the top of the mountain though. Would make a nice postcard. So what we all think in chat? How you guys liking the circuit and the racing so far? Had quite a good one really, but it's going to be really interesting to see how race 2 pans out. Race 2 is always the more interesting of the 2 races because the grid gets jumbled up and all the fast guys go to the back. So we end up with a lot more kind of overtakes and passing and general things happening. But just listen to how oh, Adam shoots off. Just listen to how hard he had it pinned there. So you can check with Perkins now as he comes around the top part of the circuit. You see how tight all these corners are, but yeah. Just listen to the car's revs as it comes out of this corner and onto this kind of Conrod straight. You just want to be absolutely pinning in the throttle. So he's absolutely flat through here. Is he going to lift? He's not going to lift. He's going to keep going. But now he has to lift and brake. Oh, a little touch on the grass, but yeah, there we go. Round the final corner, and Perkins can now start his fast lap because this is technically the out lap. Like, you don't get to really post a lap because you've just driven out the pits and onto the track, but. Now with 6 and 3/4 minutes left, people can start posting some times. Let's see who's out on the track at the moment. We'll go into the map. As you can see, there's a bunch of cars in the pits. That's because they're not allowed to qualify. We've got a few people who have also looks like they haven't elected to qualify, so that's an interesting one. We'll go up into the helicopter and have a bit of a fly around. Yeah, so it looks like car number 297, which is Glover, is going to be first one across the line to post the time. So we're going to see what Glover's time looks like. That's a 2 minute and 7. So 2 minutes and 7 to beat. Fielding posts 5.5 off the pace. Brophy is not qualifying. So Perkins, Balabanov posting 5 seconds off the pace there. Perkins is our next valid lap to qualify, although he looks like he's 3 seconds off the pace currently. Yeah, looks like Perkins, Refugio, and Towers all have valid laps in the pipeline. Yeah, as you see, Perkins actually going first. So actually, great lap there by Perkins. My UI was totally lying. You were really quick, my friend. Right, Constable's going around, but I don't think this lap is actually valid, which is unfortunate there for Constable. So he'll be starting a fresh lap now. Towers and Refugio have valid laps going around. Regal's also got a valid lap, but he's 2 minutes and 48 currently on his lap, so not sure what's happening there. So it looks like Refugio will be the next driver to post a time. Let's see what this lap looks like. It's going to be... looks like it's going to be slower. But by how much? I think he'll probably go fourth. Yeah, fourth there for Refugio. Solid lap in there. Balabanov also down the back part of the circuit. Towers as well. Towers goes first with an absolutely storming lap. So great lap there for Towers. With 3 minutes of quali left, he could start on the front row of the grid. So big ups there for Towers. He's just gonna park it on the side of the track now and call it a day, I think. Right, so let's see who else have we got. Perkins, Glover, Fielding, Refugio, Balabanov. Constable with a lap in the pipeline. Donchev also with a lap in the pipeline. Mustafa as well, just about to cross the line with a lap. And Mustafa goes third. It's a great performance there. Next to cross will be Donchev. Donchev goes 7th. And next is Constable. Constable on a pretty quick lap here. So we might see... it's Tower... Oh, yes, absolutely. Constable goes first. It's Constable and Towers on the front row of the grid currently. So that's going to be an interesting race, both on the same team. As Towers pulls out onto the circuit again. Not sure what for. There's only a minute left. He's not going to be able to get another lap in. So we'll figure that one out. Steeman now... don't think he's going to be able to go any faster. Mustafa as well, posting another good lap to get up to 4th place. So really good there. Steeman goes 8th. But yeah, as we can see, Constable on another hot lap. Perkins on another hot lap. Mustafa on another hot lap. Glover's on a lap that's not going to count. Fielding on another hot lap. It's probably going to be the last hot lap for everyone now. And we shall see how it ends up. Muna's coming round. He's gonna have a go at dethroning some of these guys. It looks like he's not going to be faster than Constable, and Muna goes 6th. So let's take a look. Looks like Perkins is here with a... Wow, that's a late break there. And Perkins goes 3rd. Really good result for Perkins. Up into 3rd place. And who else have we got who's on a hot lap? Constable now on another hot lap. Is he going to be able to better his own time? It looks like he will. Securing that lead. A second and a half faster than Towers now. So really good result there for Constable as he slips down the slip road. Let's see. Fielding is next. He's going to post a lap and go... No, he's just going to stay where he is. Alright. And his qualifying has ended. We've got 2 and a bit minutes of maximum wait time. So Glover's going to be able to post another lap. Refugio will post another lap. And Regal will post another lap if they can all keep it on the road. And maybe even Payne as well. So, oh no, Refugio's lap has just gone invalid, so that's unfortunate for him. Costa is also looking to post a lap. If he can keep it on the track, then he should be able to post a lap there. Let's see who else. Yeah, it looks like Glover goes up into 4th. Absolutely brilliant performance there. And but Regal can still respond with a lap there. So we'll see how that works out. So Regal and Costa are the only 2 drivers left on the circuit now. This is a really fast lap from Regal, and Regal goes 2nd, displacing Towers at the last possible moment. And Costa as well posting is going to post a valid lap, so he's going to go up in the order as well. 2 minutes and 10, and Costa posts 14th, so he'll be heading into the grid in 14th. So yeah, your grid for race 2: Constable, Regal, Towers, Perkins, Glover, Mustafa, Yilmaz, Fielding, Payne, Refugio, Donchev, Steeman, Balabanov, Costa, Brophy, Balevsky, Vernon, Heaton, Manshahaya, Kolyev, and SS. Let me just get all my UI sorted here. There we go. Right, gonna place my helicopter on Towers. We're actually gonna place it on Perkins. There we go. This is a reminder that our sponsor for this race is Spice. Spice is really nice. Harvest it where you can, but don't overdo it. It has some really crazy properties. But yeah, no, Spice is really the variety of life, and we should all embrace the power that the spice brings. So the spice must flow, and we must go. So let's see what's going to happen in this race. Again, thank you to my spicy boy who decided that Spice would be a really good good sponsor for this race. So we'll see you on the flip side. Right, we got 1 minute and a half until the race. What are our predictions, chat, for race 2? Who are we thinking? Who's gonna make it up the hill in one piece? Who's gonna crash and burn? we're going to have ourselves a right old time. Got votes for Regal. Regal he qualified really well, so it's as long as he doesn't smash it into the wall, we should be in for quite a nice race. You can see the various teams of cars all lined up. We got a Go Towers Go from Hyper there. Yeah, the Cold Brakes Collective is Perkins' team. I can't remember what Towers' team's called. Citrus Speedsters. Citrus Speedsters do have several cars up in the points there. The Enter Rosso Dragon with the green wheels. They've got a few cars up there as well. Regal going for... Well, I guess he's racing for Scuderia Ferrari. I guess he hasn't put his team name on there, but... probably my favourite team if it's still there. Yep, Ethan Glover with Team R. Right, let's keep our camera on Perkins and we'll see what happens as we go into race 2. We come round the Murray Bend and we'll go across the line to start.
Green light. Go, go,
And it's go, go, go here at race 2, Mount Panorama. Everyone seems to be jockeying for position there. Aoife trying a big lunge there on Towers. Oh! Everyone seems to have gotten past the... Oh no, we've got a bit of carnage here. It looks like Pete Vernon and Kolyev are off. Let's see if we can... Oh yeah, there's a bit of carnage there. Vernon sliding around. Bolevsky there taking full advantage. Let's quickly go back and replay that. So yeah, looks like Vernon managed to slide off the track, and there was some a bit of carnage around there. So let's quickly get back into the action with Regal on the back of Towers, or yeah, Towers up into second place behind Constable. Regal losing out there. So some team play going on here between Constable and Towers. Glover up into 4th place with Perkins firmly stacked up behind. Yilmaz as well, looking a bit like a shark in a paddling pool up there behind Perkins. Fielding there as well with Brophy, Stiemann. Brophy really getting away quite nicely and getting ahead of all of the rabble. Bolesky and all of the kind of front runners from the last race. Although looks like Tim Heaton has taken some knocks and has gone off. He looks like he's in the pits for some reason as we return to the race. Regal still stacked up behind Towers, and as we go to TV camera 2, the much wider angle. You know, this is the wide choice. So yeah, we've got Perkins making some moves on Glover there, like some really fast moves coming down this straight. Can Glover respond? It looks like Perkins may have it, but Regal goes onto the grass there, slowing him down. Can Perkins make another move? Maybe get up into 4th place, and he makes it stick as well. Regal losing enough speed on that grass, but Regal coming back there with a nice move on the Murray Bend. They're wheel to wheel coming over the line. It looks like Perkins may just have the speed to tuck in front, and also Glover taking a late lunge there on Regal. Regal going off, Glover going off. Oh my god! Big moves there on turn 1. They couldn't call it Hell Corner for nothing. And looks like Brophy taking full advantage of that, getting up into 7th place with Mustafa in tail. Fielding doing really well, towing Regal through and getting up into 5th place. Moody Yilmaz as well, recovering after that abysmal race 1, is really coming back into form here. So really, really good racing here from Muna to take advantage and not get tangled up in that incident. Meanwhile, we've got Constable and Towers really kind of commanding it here at the front. Perkins 2 seconds behind, 3 seconds behind even. Yilmaz there about a second and a bit behind Perkins, then Fielding, then Regal. Regal really up behind and pressuring Fielding there. Brophy as well. Really, really good drive for Brophy on that first race, and now really taking advantage of all these scraps in the second race to try and pick his way through the pack. Mustafa and Bolevsky also taking advantage of all of this carnage to sneak his way through in up to 9th place. Glover there making now a recovery drive in 10th place, but still about 3 seconds off the back of this kind of train, the Tim Regal train we'll call it. Or no, it's actually the Adam Fielding train. But yeah, look at all these cars coming down the hill here. We're going up into the helicopter to just take a look at what's happening here to get the wide angle. High in the sky with Ernie Pye. Here we go. It looks like Fielding's got a bit of a run. Or no. Yeah, Fielding's got a bit of an advantage over Regal, but then Brophy and Bolevsky really stacked up behind. It looks like Mustafa's had a bit of a tumble down the order after a bit of an incident there. Bolevsky having a go at Brophy. Brophy giving him the racing room just to squeeze on by. Up into 7th place. Brophy down to 8th. Glover in 9th now after passing Mustafa. Then further down the road you got Majdaha, Stiemann, Refugio, Vernon, Donchev, SS, Balabanov, Costa, Payne, Koliev, and Heaton, who's rejoined the track now. I'm not sure what happened to him, but some big hits probably. Meanwhile, up at the top of the field, you've got Constable really in a race of his own as the circuit is getting darker. So we're going into night time. Towers there in 2nd place after just passing Kevin Costa, who's a backmarker there. 3 seconds now behind Constable. 2.5 seconds behind him is Perkins, and then Yilmaz, who's just coming up on Costa now. Going to try and get past, and he does so cleanly. Bolevsky there also as well, coming into this back part of the circuit to just start making that run down that really long straight. Brophy as well there, maintaining touch in 6th. Regal as well, getting the better of Mustafa there, who I think has had a little more of a tumble down the order. Glover there is also behind Regal, only 0.6 seconds in fact, so that's going to be quite a tough battle there. Fielding has tumbled down a little bit. He's now got Stiemann and Vernon parked behind him. Some racing going on there, but there is looks like Costa might be caught up in that traffic as well. Constable though stretching his legs considerably. He's now got a 5-second lead up the front. He's just going to cruise around for the next 11.5 minutes. Whilst Perkins is slowly reeling in Towers there, as everyone gets perhaps a little bolder around this track. So we'll see. Looks like Refugio and Donchev are in the pits at the moment for probably some technical reasons. Next up, looks like Bolevsky has gotten the better of Yilmaz there as they come down. Well, they start making their way up the straight again to crest the top of the mountain. Let's go in see this battle for 2nd place as Perkins now begins to pull onto the back of Towers. You can see how dark it is down here now as the sun's just setting here at Bathurst. And the lights of the city there in the background as Towers just pops over the side of the hill. Well, Towers getting a bit rough out there. We better take our camera off him because we don't want to be a part of any cursings here. But yeah, Perkins now only 0.4 of a second away, but Bolevsky there only 1 second away from the back of Perkins. So let's see the dynamic here that Bolevsky will offer as he pulls onto the back of these guys, and we'll see what happens here. So Perkins going to have a run at Towers there. Is Towers going to let him by, or is he going to try and stay pinned coming down into the chase? Well, it looks like Perkins really decisively getting the drive there into the chase and getting his way around Towers, finding his way into second place. Towers, though, is going to go down without a fight. He's going to weave around a bit. Bolesky now trying to get up into third place, and he does so, nipping past Towers there. Towers falling down to fourth, but he's still about 5 seconds ahead of Yilmaz, so that fourth place is secure for now. Perkins now going around the hell corner and up onto the straight. And oh no, Towers! Towers has slid off on hell corner. It looks like he's made a bit of a mess of it, and but has managed to get back on the track in 6th place. So only 2 places lost there for Towers, but unfortunate there coming around that first corner. Meanwhile, Glover pulling into the pits. We've got some damage on that car. Not sure what's happened there. Vernon has pulled his way up into 10th place behind Fielding now. Fielding there is just coming in past your screen there. This is a close battle for 9th place. Up the front, it's not looking too... It's looking quite spacious. There's not too much close racing now as we head into the night period of this race, which is very interesting. As visibility will go down and people will be a lot more cautious, perhaps, taking these kind of blind corners. So Vernon having a real go now at Fielding. You can see this fantastic angle from our helicopter pilot, who's still flying around. He's not had to land yet, so they're doing a great job there. So pulling it down the order, your leader is Constable, although maybe not for too much longer, because Bolesky is right on his heels. You can see him right there. Perkins there in 3rd place, just coming around these sets of bends here, the chase into the final corner. It looks like Bolesky might... No, he's not quite close enough yet to make a move on Constable. Constable just cruising along there in first. Fielding and Vernon still going at it tooth and nail. As you can see, it's getting quite dark here now, so the headlights are on. Just to see how much visibility they've really got here, we're going to go into Vernon's passenger seat to take a look. Absolutely fantastic action going on here as they come round and down the chase. Vernon really looking for a way by. Touch on the grass. So we shall see Bolesky as well now up behind Constable as we go into this kind of top part of the circuit. And you can just see how not much space there is on this track. The corners are really tight, and it's going to make passing really tricky. So to really get any kind of passing maneuver going, you have to focus your efforts on these kind of straightaways, these long parts of the circuit coming up and down the mountain where you can really put the power on. And it looks like, oh no, not quite a gap there for Bolesky to sneak on by, but Constable there being very defensive, coming through these S-bends here as they come on down the hill now. They'll start to come round this really long left-hander and then into the straight. Is Constable gonna park his car in the middle of the track? And yeah, looks like being very defensive, but Bolesky might have the drive on him. We'll see how this goes. Will it be a late lunge? No, he's going to back off, maybe live to fight another day there. Find another way around. Maybe pressure Constable into a mistake. Constable, though, famously quite a smooth driver when he's not being collected by other people. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, a late lunge into the final turn. It looks like Constable might give him the space there, but no, he's coming back at him. We shall see how late Bolesky can get on the brakes. Yeah, look at that late braking round there. Impressive stuff there. Nice clean pass. And Bolesky is up into first place. Meanwhile, Fielding and Vernon have gotten onto the back of Mustafa now. So this is a 3-car battle. Although Fielding Fielding and Mustafa are teammates, so there should be some team orders going on here. If one of the two is faster, then they'll try and maybe coordinate here, but it doesn't look like that's the case. It looks like Yilmaz here is caught up in some traffic. I think this might be... yeah, no, he's been taken by Regal. Regal's just gone ahead of Yilmaz here. Like, it's really hard to see in the in this light at the moment. We'll go on board. Oh, that car looks a bit scuffed, but been in some wars. But it looks like... Oh no, that's some... I think that might be Refugio actually trying to race everyone who's at the front, which I guess you can't really see the blue flags out here at the moment. But okay, so Yilmaz is off the back of Regal there, so that's there. Then Brophy in 4th place, Towers in 5th now, because it looks like whoever was up there, I can't remember who was up there now, but someone was up there and they've gone down, because I remember Towers being in 6th place, so maybe, no, Towers jumps ahead of Regal. Maybe Regal's had a bit of a problem. But Towers kind of zipping along there in 5th, Regal in 6th, Yilmaz in 7th, Mustafa in 8th. As the helicopter becomes less of a... really less of a useful tool now. We'll go to TV camera 2 as we see Mustafa coming down or going up, sorry, the opening straight. Meanwhile, Constable has slipped a little bit, and now Perkins is up behind him. So Perkins looking pretty sharp here today in the night, and we shall see just how much visibility Constable has here. So he can't really see who's behind him. There's Perkins off the back. If we look in Perkins' view, go on passenger with Perkins, he's now got Constable in his view. So some close racing to be had here. This is the closest battle on the track at the moment. Oh man, yeah. If you look down the order, it suddenly goes from Fielding to Glover is a minute and a half. Then Costa is only 12 seconds off the back of Glover. Steeman and oh no, Steeman's just gone into the pits. Donchev, Heaton, Manshahaya, SS, Koliev, Refugio, Balabanov and Payne, all kind of minutes away from each other. So there's lots of big gaps there. But up the front, we've got quite some close racing going on. Some quite close racing going on, like in English. Let's see. So Constable and Perkins really going at it here. Perkins only 0.4 of a second off the back of Constable, so very tight here. Tom's going to have to watch his mirrors as there's a bit of debris on the circuit there. Hopefully won't affect any of the this great racing here. Perkins really on the back, forces a mistake there, but Perkins on the grass.
Leaders on final lap.
And sliding, no, Perkins absolutely sliding out and trying his best to get off that grass there. Brophy goes through into 3rd place. Oh, absolute disaster for Perkins. But that means Constable gets away scot-free and can continue powering through into in 2nd place. Balevsky 15 seconds down the road from Constable now. Brophy only 8 seconds behind Constable. Perkins rejoining 2.5 seconds, but now he's got Towers in his mirrors. Towers there in 5th place, looking to upset Perkins' day if he can. Although there's only half an hour. It's not half a minute. It's only half a minute left of this race. We're on the final lap. So we'll see how this goes. Glover there behind Towers is not in contention, being down in 10th place, but still in the points. Fielding in the pits for some reason, maybe some mechanical errors there. So as we go down, Towers, Regal only 6 seconds behind Towers, Yilmaz only 10 seconds behind Regal, Mustafa 5 seconds behind Yilmaz, and then Vernon, and then a minute and a half, nearly 2 minutes down the road is Glover. So nearly a whole lap away is 10th place. But otherwise, we're looking like some pretty close racing here. Perkins now regaining his composure a bit, taking a second back from Towers, and taking a second out of Pete Brophy. So Perkins may be getting onto the back of Brophy by the end of this race, at the end of this lap maybe. But we'll see. Bolewski, on the other hand, if we go up into the helicopter, is just about to finish. He's just coming around the chase for the final time. OBZZ says, "What's the key for night vision?" Yeah, I wish we had more. I wish we had more floodlights. Looks like Bolewski is your winner for race 2 after another heroic drive through the field. Constable looks like he is going to be a second place man. A great drive all race, very consistent from Constable. Didn't get collected up in that initial scuffle and has made second place. Great result there for Constable. Brophy there finishes in third place on the podium, so great result both races for Brophy. Perkins finishes in fourth. Has been a great result both races for Perkins as well. Towers, a great drive there in fifth. After that slide, had a bit of a go, but got back up there. Tim Regal finishing in sixth place after a bit of shunting up the hill, but yeah, recovered really well. Mustafa there after a few slides has really pulled it out and gotten a good result there in seventh place. Yilmaz after a bit of an episode has made it home in eighth. Pete Vernon in ninth, and then the whole lap down the road, Glover rounding out the top 10 in the points. So absolutely great result. Then you've got Costa in 11th. Very consistent drive for Costa this time round. Unfortunately didn't get up into the points. Donchev in 12th. Fielding in 13th, I think. Unless it's Tim. Unless Tim's come home in 13th. I think it might be Heaton in 13th. And then Fielding in 14th. SS in 15th. Great first time drive from them. Kolyev in 15th. We didn't see really much of Kolyev this race. Not sure what happened to him. Maybe there's some sliding and some crashing, but unfortunate there for Kolyev. Stiemann in 16th, Mancha High in 17th, Refugio in Payne in 18th, Refugio in 19th, and Balabanov rounding out in 20th. So your championship winner is Denislav Bolewski. I'm not sure who is second because Brophy has had some really good results, and I think it might still be Muna. Muna getting those points in 8th place. I think he's managed to take it second place in the championship, and that means Brophy is probably your third place runner. So let's just take a quick look here. So this is the points from last time, but I will just try my best to do some quick maths and add the points on. So yeah, your top three were Bolewski, Yilmaz, and Brophy. So Bolewski obviously winning. Yilmaz too far, has too many points really for Brophy to touch him, which means that Brophy manages to come in third after a good couple of races, with Fielding and Heaton missing out and not being able to capitalise there. So yeah, not sure who will be coming in any of the other places past third, but that's your top three, is Bolewski, Yilmaz and Brophy for the CA GT3 Super Racing Championship. So thank you for joining us. It's been great racing. And what do we say to that, Mr. Eddie Wally? We say, wow. All right. Thanks for joining us. Great racing as usual, and we shall see you next time, wherever we will be racing and whatever we will be racing in. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us all throughout all the races. We didn't manage to stream all of them, but we hope you enjoyed the streaming throughout all the races that we did stream. So yeah, we'll make sure to put some notifications in the Discord for when we're going to be streaming next, and when the next championship will be. It will just be a matter of time. And if you want to get involved, and you feel like you're pretty quick and you want to have a go at racing all these guys, then do get in touch with Pete Brophy and he'll set you up. So all good. Right. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy.